Well, we say we're ready. We're not.
I am.
You've been ready since the get-go. But guess what? I'm ready now, too.
We're not live.
Yes, we are. We just went live.
Yeah, and I need to turn up the volume. I knew I'd mess this up somehow.
Want me to do it for you? I'll get it.
Yeah, you do it, please. Well, welcome to the award-winning car talk show in real time. Not so award-winning this morning so far, anyway. Coming up, we're going to have lots of guests in the studio. No, not today, but we're going to have Ron Stein here in a couple of weeks.
Woohoo! Good to have Ron back.
Seen Ron in a while.
Yeah, we haven't had an in-studio guest in forever.
Yeah, it's been over 2 years, actually.
Yeah.
Ron and I get our hair cut at the same place.
Do you?
Yeah.
Y'all run into each other?
Yeah, occasionally.
Does he have the same haircut style you do?
No, they
You
charge,
mean mowed right down the middle, smooth to the skin?
Yes.
they charge him a couple bucks more than they do.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Ron he's got more than one hair to cut.
There you go.
We're also going to have our review of the Nissan Frontier, all brand new for this year. We got your weekly cruise-in calendar. Conrad has This Week in Auto History, and we'll have the stories making auto news headlines this week just ahead on today's live in real-time car show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin.
Yep.
Doesn't everybody?
I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. Thanks so much. We really appreciate it. We have a little special mention that we want to do here right off the bat, and that is to our favorite fan, Mr. George Skelton.
Yay, George.
Yeah, and so George once again has emailed me this lovely letter. I haven't replied to the letter yet. I guess I'm going to kind of reply to it twice, once here and then once online. But he sent us another very nice gift basket that includes the Perini's mesquite smoked peppered beef tenderloin.
Oh, man.
And I know when we had that last year when he sent it, we had us a little.
It was so good.
I know. Somebody brought the rolls and somebody
Yeah,
brought.
Kathy did. She wrote all that, yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, Conrad did.
And then had the horseradish mustard and all the good stuff that goes along with
The
it. So
accoutrements.
yes. So it's scheduled to be delivered next week after next. And so we're looking forward to that. Thank you, George. We really appreciate it.
Again, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, yeah.
It's very nice. Okay. So we thought we'd start off with a story. We don't have a Zoom guest this hour, this half hour. But anyway, I thought we'd start off with this story.
Here we go.
Toyota Motor North America has fired back at a Michigan senator for suggesting an event attended by President Joe Biden in a General Motors plant in Detroit that the automaker, which employs about 2,000 people in Michigan, was not part of the home team because it is largely not unionized. This is Toyota. In an unsigned internal memo called Fast Facts, distributed Thursday to the Japanese automaker's 38,000 employees in the U.S. They employ 38,000 people in the United States. Via email and shared with Automotive News, Toyota said, Democratic U.S. Senator Debbie Stabenow directly attacked Toyota for fighting back on her discriminatory proposal. This was an unprecedented attack, including accusations that were false and hypocritical. Stabenow on Wednesday defended
A Democrat senator, false and hypocritical?
Stabenow on Wednesday defended a controversial $4,500 additional tax credit for consumers who purchase an EV made in a unionized U.S. plant. A proposal spearheaded by herself and Democratic Michigan Representative Dan Kildee and endorsed by Biden.
I thought I had that.
And we thought you did too. That's all right.
You never do.
I know. And I remind him every week.
So, at any rate, this is really about the union in Michigan and
Well, the union's got him elected.
Her.
Him meaning Biden.
her.
Well,
Brandon.
Brandon, yeah. Now you got me flustered. Yeah, they got Brandon elected, the big union groups.
Well, yeah, but Stabenow she just wants to give back to the unions. This
Right.
isn't about what's smart for the country. This is about what gets me more money and me reelected.
Well, Toyota, pull out of Michigan. Come to Texas.
Well,
They already did.
I know.
Pulled out of California and came to Texas.
There you go. Tesla, everything.
Well, I don't have anything against the unions. I don't care. I'm not a member of a union.
Used to be.
Pardon me?
I used
You
to
were?
be.
No, I never was.
I never was either. As a matter of fact, there was a period of time in Houston, Texas, where after SAG tried to get people like myself enrolled in the union. And this is a right-to-work state. And there are
Thank God.
And there are a lot of advertising agencies that hired me to be a spokesperson for them, doing commercials and that sort of stuff.
Right.
That didn't pay union scale. Okay? Some of them did, some of them didn't. Whatever the case may be.
Didn't matter to you.
Didn't matter to me. I got paid, and that's all that really mattered to me.
Yep.
And I will tell you that there are some good qualities about being a signatory with after SAG. You get retirement benefits, you get union scale if you work, all of that good. That's all fine, well, and good. I get all of that.
So after you retire, does that make you saggy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I decided, no, that wasn't for me, because there were other people like myself that had a lot of work, non-union work, and how was I going to compete with them if I was going to join a union? Because there were too many people in the state of Texas, and Houston in particular, that weren't in the union and didn't subscribe to all of that stuff. And so I thought, okay, not going to join. And as it turned out, a lot of other people apparently in the Houston, Texas area
Didn't.
They didn't either, and the union finally stopped trying. And I guess that there were a few people that they signed on, but they didn't get as much work as I did.
Well-
So I have nothing against them. I had a brother that worked for General Motors, but he was a teacher. So he wasn't a union member. He was, I guess, considered management or something.
Contract.
Salary, something to that.
Yes,
effect.
he was salaried employee.
Yeah,
And,
there was actually a point in time where the salaried people were trying to put together a salaried union force when I worked for General Motors.
Yeah, that was just been
but
a while.
it didn't get a whole lot of support
Yeah.
from the people.
Yeah. And I think my own personal opinion is that I think that there was a time and place that the union brought employees
Tremendous benefits.
back in the day,
Right.
but I think their time has come and gone. And the corruption within the management of the union organizations. I mean, just recently they put another one in the penitentiary.
Well, I want to say it's in 2020 and 2021, it's like 10 UAW senior executives have not only been convicted, but they're in jail.
Yeah,
You know,
they're in the penitentiary.
There's still some under indictment.
When I got out of school and went to work for the phone company, I joined the union because that's just what you did. You know,
it was the natural course of things.
And that was part of the hire-on package. Do you want to join the union? Well, yeah, I guess. You know, I'll support the union.
Well, what would have happened had you not joined the union?
Nothing.
Okay.
In retrospect, and once I got in the union and I'd been there for several years, I kind of saw how it was run, and like you say, the corruption to me. But I mean, I was just looking at it on the union local level around me, and the things that I saw. I'm not giving y'all no more money, so I backed out of the union, and
Was there any repercussion because of that?
there were some people made a few comments or something like that. You know,
who cares?
yeah. And
Yeah, we do that when we walk in the door.
exactly. I mean, you know, and so I did it for that reason. And eventually I went into a salary position anyway. But and at then, just about the time I did that, they started taking out, everybody had to pay union dues that was hourly or a contracted employee. It wasn't longer an option. You just automatically got.
Now, see, that's against the law now. You cannot take someone's money for dues if they're not
In the union?
Right, giving you permission and joining the union. That's against the law now.
Well, to me,
I'm okay
I
with
think
that.
Don's right that the unions brought a tremendous amount of worker protection back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and it has turned into a political organization now.
Right.
And so this give me money, I'll give you money symbiotic relationship between the politicians and the unions is ever growing. So the unions give Stabenow millions of dollars. Stabenow gives the unions millions of dollars through her political and
Lobbyists.
the lobbyists. So it's all just money passing around between people, and they've kind of moved away from protecting the worker.
Yeah, I remember one time we went on. There was the union was trying to do some things. There was a strike. We went out on strike for 10 days. Nothing real big. And then later on, and I'm talking about way later on when I wasn't in the union any longer, they decided they were going to have another strike. They were going to, by golly, we're going to show the company what we're going to do. Well, they called a strike on the weekend. Went out on strike at 5 o'clock on Friday, and the strike was over at 8 o'clock Sunday night. So nobody lost any money or anything like that, and it was just, and the company was so automated by that time that it actually saved the company money because they weren't paying salaries or paying fees or anything for that.
Well, in today's world, especially with employers looking for employees, I can't imagine that somebody would shortchange you to hire me at the union. Yeah, and I just
and then to see what Stabenow does is, we're going to carve out this government benefit only for union-produced vehicles. Is a slap in the face to Toyota and 38,000 people that work for Toyota and millions of people who buy a Toyota. When you look at what Toyota has done, their Synergy drive system, the Prius, and how that has expanded through the line is by far the highest production hybrid system in the industry. And it has been for 10 years now, and very well engineered system. You don't hear these recalls of the Toyota Synergy drive system that you do of some of the others and some of the EVs that are out there. But I think part of her shot at Toyota, not only that it is not completely unionized, but it's also that Toyota is not buying into this, we all have to go EV. When you talk to or you read some of the comments made by the Toyota CEO with, he doesn't believe that pure EV is the future, that you're still going to have an internal combustion engine component to transportation. And I think that's probably another reason that she's taking shots at him, because they're not drinking the Kool-Aid, so to speak, of we have to be all EV.
I don't look at whether a car has been made by a union worker or not. In Toyota, all of the cars that I drive are worthy of being driven by everybody.
Oh, yeah.
They make great cars.
Yes, they do.
And they employ a lot of people. And for somebody to say, a Japanese company this is not part of the whole ball of wax. No, it's not that way anymore. It might have been that way back when, but it's not that way today.
No.
This is a global economy that we live in, not some little niche thing. No.
Yeah, and I've got another thing we might talk about a little bit later is which cars are the most American for 2021.
Yeah.
Toyota's got 3 of them. Of the top 20, Toyota has 3 of the most American
almost
built cars.
all of the foreign manufacturers, German, doesn't make any difference, Japanese,
right.
Korean, they all have plants here. They employ a lot of people.
They employ hundreds of thousands
of people.
And the other thing is for Texas, one of the, I'll call it a blessing for Texas is Toyota moved their U.S. headquarters up to I think it's Garland,
North Texas,
Plano, right? And I believe that's in the old EDS facility as well.
No, they built a new one.
Oh, they built an all new one.
I need to turn your microphone on. Can you hold on just a minute?
But so Toyota has brought a lot of tax revenue to the state of Texas, even though there's no income tax. But leaving California, coming here, I'm sure all of their employees were thrilled to death with coming to Texas.
Well, the guy that even supplies the commissary at the Toyota plant. He wouldn't be supplying
Right.
if they weren't there.
Well, and Tundras are made in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And
And Tacomas.
and Tacomas, and there's a lot of benefit to the state of Texas with the Toyota relationship.
And then look at all of the businesses around there, the restaurants, the grocery stores, the bars, and things that will benefit from it. As well.
I just it just really ticks
don't
me
understand
off.
why she has to take that shot at a major corporation here in the United States.
Well, because again, it goes back to the politics. They got what they say, 2,000 people employed up there in her part of the world. Mm-hmm. Well, they got that many people working for the food and stuff at the campus at the Plano Center.
Oh, yeah.
Much less the Toyota employees. So, I mean, that's all it is just her running her mouth as far as
You're popping your peas is what I'm
popping
trying.
my
Oh boy,
peas.
yeah,
I hate it when my peas
yeah.
pop.
I know. Can you not hear that?
No. I can hear myself, but I can't hear my
what?
peas popping.
Yeah.
You
You know, trying to teach these guys anything to do with broadcasting is like pulling eye teeth.
eye teeth.
I thought.
Don't even go
Ainsley
there.
Did Ainsley did our IT.
So anyway,
Eye teeth. Not eye teeth. I know. Gee whiz.
but yeah, it's kind of.
It's
What are you,
jacked
union?
up, is what it is.
Well, it is.
It's disrespectful to carve out that little piece just so she gets her money from them.
And you know, every auto manufacturer in the world is about to turn out all electric vehicles. It's a big. We're in a big change in the automotive industry, a huge change.
Yep.
And it's going to take decades to get it all complete, but eventually we'll be an electric car world.
I don't think we will be a total electric car. I think there will be an electric component to all cars, but I still think there is going to be a volume of cars that are going to have an internal combustion engine associated with it, whether it's gas or diesel or if it's
Hydrogen or whatever they come
powered
up
or
with.
whatever they want. But there's, because you can't get from here to there on pure electricity in some instances.
Not today.
Thanks, Buzz. I hear you. You can. You just have to plan it out. Yeah, I need my aluminum foil hat.
All righty. But there you go. That's
Well, you're
Michigan for
you're
you.
a Detroit guy.
I am. I was going to leave it alone.
Were
but
you
I-
were you in the union?
I was in a union with General Motors. Absolutely. I moved down to Texas, and Kathy and I started our life down here, family and everything. And about
And you haven't looked back.
2 or 3 months after we were down here and settled, I got a check from the union.
Yeah?
Reimbursement of dues, which was pretty nice. That was appreciative of the union. I was not a union guy because they always telling you what to do.
Oh yeah.
Conrad, turn that on, turn that off, do this, do that.
Well, and it's
That
it's
wasn't
weird in assembly plants because when I
Oh,
was
yeah.
when I was a field engineer, I was assigned to Bowling Green, and you couldn't, as an engineer, I couldn't go in when I saw one of the mistakes that we're making that was driving customer dissatisfaction. I couldn't go up to the guy in the plant that was doing the work and say, "Hey, here's what you're doing. Here's what the book says you're supposed to do. You're not doing it that way.
here's the result."
Oh my gosh, well, actually, I did do that, and
You got in trouble.
Oh boy, did I get in trouble! I mean,
got
not
protocol.
just by the floor guy. I ended up getting a conversation with HR and a conversation with the plant assistant manager.
Well,
You can't do that. I'm like, well, he's doing it wrong. He goes, you have to follow the protocols to get that
And
corrected.
that protocol becomes more important than the end
Abs-
result of the protocol. And that's the
Absolutely.
problem. Remember years ago, and I'm talking years ago, Texaco, which was the largest plant they had in the world, sitting down there in Port Arthur, they went out on strike 28 months.
Oh.
People were losing houses and all kinds
And
of
is
things.
Texaco there anymore?
No, they. But at the time, I mean, we
It's a
looked at it
quickie
and said
mart.
there was no way that those employees were going to get, no matter, they couldn't give them a big enough raise to get 28 months worth of wages back,
Right.
and actually come out and say they were making money. But it was more important that the union do whatever it was doing than it was to take care of those employees.
Even to the destruction of the employees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move
Anyway.
on and talk about the cruise-in calendar.
Yay.
It's that time of the morning, so let's talk about
Well,
cruise-ins.
Tonight is Nifty 50's last event for the year. So up at Grogan's Mill in the Woodlands. Kima Car Meet is always 6 to 9 p.m. Also, Tomorrow is going to be the historic downtown Richmond car, bike, and rod show downtown Richmond. And then there is like I said, I printed this way too small.
Well, let's. Do you need to look at this?
Borrow my glasses, Conrad. I can read it from here without my glasses.
You can read it from there.
Oh, Eagle Eye over there.
Car Culture is going to have their Pearland Town meet at 11200 Broadway.
You want to get
Pearland.
this together, and then maybe we can come back to you.
Exactly.
And then tonight is the Cypress Houston Vintage Car Meet up on at the Twisty Treat on
The Twisty Treat. Oh my God, I can relate to that.
You are a twisty treat.
I am a twisted treat.
And then tomorrow is the ATB Team Bash at
Is this a long series that you're doing here?
Avena Stadium.
At what stadium?
Avena?
I don't know.
No, it's the stadium south of the Astrodome there.
The stadium south of the Astrodome.
Yeah, it's down
That'd be
near Beltway.
NRG.
No,
That's what I thought. I thought that was the end of it.
Aviva.
Oh, it's a soccer stadium.
Yeah.
No, that's the.
This BM.
It's on Kirby Drive.
The BBVA.
No.
BB.
That we're talking about.
And then
the
the car
cricket stadium or whatever they have down there.
Cricket.
Right. The car and truck meet at Greenwood Forest. Up off of Champion Forest Drive in
Okay, well
1960.
that's
Can't read it
enough for
'cause you
now.
can't
Thank
hold
you
it
very
still.
much. All right, time now for this hour's car review.
Please.
And we have the 2022 Nissan Frontier. Available trim levels are the S, the SV, and the Pro 4X. It comes in king or crew cabs, 5 or 6 foot beds. And the reviewed trim level is the Pro 4X in the crew cab. This is a mid-size pickup truck. Some call it a compact. Okay, whatever you want to call it. It's not a full size. Let me put it that way. 5 passengers, all new for 2022. Completely redone. Sharp-looking grille with integrated lower skid plate up front. High-mounted headlights with vertical vents just ahead of the wheel openings. Big wheel openings with big tires and big wheels.
Looks great.
Color-keyed rear bumper, which I thought was good. What I liked about it, the overall look. Modern, but rugged looking. And that's the color that I had, by the way, that green. Then you get up
nice.
real close to it. It looks like it's got little diamond flecks all in the
Like a
paint
flake?
job.
Oh, that's
These
nice.
paint jobs on these factory cars these days are
Better and better and better.
unbelievable.
Yes.
Nothing could use improvement. I like it. Don't touch it. Interior highlights. Big, colorful infotainment screen right smack dab in the middle. Passive cell charger and another storage area under the center stack.
Cool.
Leather everything in the Pro Premium package, which I had. The Fender sound system was optional. I would recommend that you get that. Cargo trunk room. It's got under rail bed lighting. Under the rail bed
Okay,
lighting.
so under the rails, it shines in.
What I liked, easy to use, well-placed controls. Nothing could use improvement. 3.8-liter V6 engine, 310 horsepower, and 281 pound-feet of torque in this small truck.
That's pretty
9-speed
good.
automatic transmission. Tow rating, 6,530 pounds. Haul rating, 1,480 pounds. Miles per gallon. 18 city, 24 highway for combined to 20 is what the government says. I got 21.1 miles per gallon over 308.6 miles. What I liked about it, plenty of power, and it also has a shift-on-the-fly four-wheel drive system. What could use improvement? I would really like to see optional paddle shifters.
Well,
I know that sounds crazy.
On a truck.
On a truck.
Okay.
Because if you are doing, off-roading.
If you're doing work.
If you're doing work, you want to manually shift it. You've got to get down on the shift knob down below to do that. Why? Let's put it up here. They've got the technology.
Yeah, the technology's there. It wouldn't be hard to do.
Just run a wire
They do
and a paddle.
they do it in other stuff.
Right. So anyway, just a thought. Ride and handling, smooth ride for a not loaded truck. Meaning that It wasn't. I had nothing in the bed.
But yours is Pro 4X.
It was Pro 4X.
Which I would think would be even a stiffer ride because of the off-road capabilities of it. That's pretty good.
Wheel travel and all that good stuff that they've got going these days, it feels really good. What could use improvement? The steering felt heavy in the truck.
It's the tires.
And I was looking at some other reviews as well, and they all said the same thing. Base trim price on this, $38,415. You think because it's smaller that it's going to get cheaper? Not so much. Base trim, $38,415. Price as tested, $44,315. It is expensive. Base model price, you can get in one for $29,340. Competitors, Toyota Tacoma starts at $26,400. Jeep Gladiator starts at $34,000. Ford Maverick, $19,995.
Wow. There
you go.
Yeah, I know. And Chevy Colorado, $27,100. And that's my review of the 2022 Frontier Pro 4X. And thank you to Steve Parrott for all of his effort in me getting this truck, because this was a pre-production model, and there just aren't too many of them to go around at this point. So thank you, Steve.
Built in Canton, Mississippi.
Yes.
Did you get a lot of looks? People wanting to know what it was?
No, not so much. It wasn't one of those that just jumped out at you.
Not like the Bronco or the Mach-E.
It would have to be somebody that was in the market for that truck that would, hey man, that's the new Frontier.
Yeah. You don't drive slow with the windows down in a Nissan dealership or anything, and
yeah, I did kind of cruise the Nissan dealership.
Kind of give them the prom.
No, it was
way.
more along the lines like nanny boo boo.
I got one and you don't.
See, I would have done that.
Would you?
Yeah, I would have.
Okay.
And then I went to a Chevy dealer, drove through their service, and Ford, and
nice guy.
Rubbed it in really good.
Beep beep, wave.
Hey, the In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast source. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues after these brief messages. Uh-oh, that's the wrong button. Never mind.
Let me push it.
Not bad for you.
Houston is back. America's greatest hot rod tradition is on. The Auto Parts Autorama at the George R. Brown Convention Center. 4 days of hot rods, customs, classics, trucks, and performance cars featuring the ultimate lowrider showcase. Sponsored by Shorty's Hydraulics and the Traditional Rod Garage. Saturday only, it's the Tuner Galleria with 250 imports, JDM, and luxury cars, plus music and models. Autorama. It's so much more than a car show. On the celebrity stage, presented by Nick's Auto Repair and Classic Car Restoration, it's Chip Foose from TV's Overhauling on Friday and wrestling superstar Sting on Sunday. Shop the swap meet and women's world all weekend. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Autorama. November 25th to 28th at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Part of the Summer Racing Equipment Show Car Series. See Autorama.com.
Tailpipes and Tacos, Houston's premier monthly cruise-in, will return Saturday, December 18th to the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy. Tailpipes and Tacos wants to thank all of the participants and fans who have enjoyed the collector cars, hot rods, customs, originals, and resto mods, and everything in between. We'll be taking a break for Thanksgiving and Autorama, but we'll be back for a great Christmas cruise-in on December 18th, so make plans now. You know that Tailpipes and Tacos is the Houston area's coolest cruise-in, a place you'll see friends, family, and the finest cruise-in cars in the Houston area. It all happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. Get your ride ready for a very special Christmas cruise-in, Loopy style. It's Tailpipes and Tacos, Saturday, December 18th. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Let's celebrate the Christmas season together at the next Tailpipes and Tacos on December 18th. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Gulf Coast Auto Shield has moved to a more convenient location. Now you can visit John Gray and his staff of dedicated professionals at their new shop on the South Sam Houston Parkway between Belford and Airport in Southwest Houston. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is the best at paint correction and ceramic coatings. Clear bras and custom wraps are specialties that only Gulf Coast Auto Shield installs with award-winning accuracy, and all their services come with a warranty.
Lamborghini, Aston Martin, Porsche, and Ferrari owners depend on Gulf Coast Auto Shield for their specialty services, and you should too. The in-wheel time Corvette and Cutlass have both been massaged by Gulf Coast Auto Shield, so isn't it time your vehicle visit their new shop in Southwest Houston? Call John Gray today at 832-930-5655 or visit online at gcautoshield.com. That's gcautoshield.com. Paint, coatings, wraps, and more at gcautoshield.com.